Yeah, people, Uganda, Uganda and the Muslim community. Finally, the qadhi bill is passed and it is in the parliament for key discussion, key look, key understanding. And guess what? Gradually, this bill is going to be passed into law. Thanks to Asman Basalirwa, the Bugiri Municipality Member of Parliament, for moving on this motion to the Parliament. And once he did that, he attracted other proponents for the bills, the like of the Karim Masaba, the Bale Industrial Member of Parliament, the Isaac Kabanda, the Butambala Women's Representative, the Joseph Sehungu, the Kalundu West Member of Parliament. They all came up and supported this bill. And above all, the IWILAP, of course, the Islamic Women's Initiative for Justice, Law and Peace, also supported this one. And remember, this body has for decades been pushing government for formalizing the informal qadhi court, but the government has not been giving hearing for this body. But now finally, this bill is considered and is passed to Parliament for key discussion. And I and the general Muslim community, we are glad that the bill is being discussed at the Parliament. And of course, I would argue for the bill that this bill, one is passed into law, is going to formalize the existing qadhi court. We all know that the qadhi court is very informal and is already operating across the country. And but their rulings, since it is now operating across the country, their rulings have no legal force. Yes, their ruling have no legal force or legal practices. Therefore, once this bill is passed into law, it's going to acknowledge the qadhi court. It's going to give them more authority, more recognition, and they will have high standard formal way of giving rulings to the massive Muslim community of the country. And definitely, I also would argue that once this bill is passed into law, is going to provide good or true justice. Yes, of course, we all know that this bill is being seen as a way to provide more accessible, culturally relevant and efficient avenue for accessing more justice when it comes to the MDI, yes, or marriage, divorce and inheritance. Yes, this majorly goes to the Muslim community. Of course, for long through IWILAP, they have been arguing that the informal qadhi court does not really give them access to marriage, divorce and inheritance. They've been arguing that it is more of like patriarchal. Yes, therefore, when this bill is passed into law, definitely it's going to give more access to justice for the massive Muslim community of the country. And definitely, I also think that once this bill is passed into law, it's going to protect women's rights really well. To the Muslim community, yes, they all know that, or we all know that the informal qadhi court actually does not give more access, yes, to women when it comes to MDI. The women have been arguing that this informal qadhi court body does not really give them, okay, it is more of like patriarchal, yes, male dominated and male chauvinist, yes, yeah, and it does not really give them more access to MDI. But definitely, I would argue that when this bill is passed into law, yes, it's going to provide that more access when it comes to protections of women's rights, women's right of Muslim, yes. And then, of course, finally, I would argue that once this bill is passed into law, definitely I think is going to uphold the constitutional rights. Yes, the constitutional rights. What am I saying? I am trying to mean that, because when I take you back into the 1995 constitutional enactment, Article 129, Part 1, Section D, it is through this article that the establishment of the qadhi court was formed. It was done majorly actually to provide some sort of freedom in religious practices, yes, and then Muslim faith, yes. They wanted actually to give more access when it comes to practicing of Muslim faith, yes. So this is the whole idea of the establishment of the qadhi court. And definitely, when this bill is passed into law, definitely Uganda and the Muslim community will be practicing what we call upholding of the constitutional rights. And I think this is going to be very, very important for us Ugandans. So right now, the guys are locked in the parliament and they're trying to consider that this bill is really passed into law. And I would say I am with them, and we want this bill to be passed into law. Otherwise, there are other things trending in the world of politics you can consider. You have, of course, the 2026 general elections. Of course, we all know that Yoweri Museveni is still there. He has been there since 1986, and he's still there leading, of course, the country. And then, of course, there is oppositions and political freedoms questions. Of course, we all know that the leader of opposition, Kizza Besigye, has been denied bail by court, and it's really trending. Next time I will upload something on that, but for now I remain Selector Charlie Christopher, and thank you for always following us on our different social media platforms. This is your time, and this is what you have to be doing, just following us, liking video wherever you are. Thank you till next time. Bye bye, take care.